Thank you so much. So this is Coach Kuzanai Vere. I want to talk about customers in entrepreneurship, or customers as they relate to entrepreneurship. When I defined the entrepreneurship, there were 4 pillars, the last pillar of which entails making a profit. So making a profit is as a result of your interaction with customers. So customers are key in entrepreneurship. So sustainable entrepreneurship is customer centric. Whichever way you want to define it, you will zero in on customers. You innovate around customer needs and wants. So business is all about meeting and at most delighting your customers. So there's a quote that I always share with people from Connie Elder that says, excellent customer service is the number 1 job in any company. It is the personality of the company and the reason customers come back. Without customers, there is no company. So without customers, there is no enterprising. So if a customer is key in business, they should be regarded as such. Failure to handle this resource well will lead to total collapse of the whole system. So every thriving business today is doing so due to customers' goodwill. They've discovered the most important variable in the entrepreneurship equation, and that is customers. They definitely have to make sure that they delight this. Customers' needs and preferences change. Therefore, the organization should innovate around those areas so as to win them. You can only supply them with a product or a service that they want. So organizations exist because there is a product or service that the customer needs, and you definitely have to satisfy those. So let me share with you some of the things that will make customers want to deal with you or shy away from your business. So the first one is promptness and response. Customers visit your business only for the product or service that they want, and off they go for their busy daily schedules. Because for them, time is of essence. Customers ask pertinent questions that call for prompt responses. Among these are price of products and services, or availability of certain products. I once said, an inquiry is a near sell. Your next business depends on how you respond to the inquiry. So those that exercise promptness in responding to customer needs are ranked highly and are always top performers in their businesses. Learn to respect a customer's time. So be prompt in your product and service delivery. The race is for the swift and accurate. The second item, or the second point that differentiates or that makes customers want to deal with you is your regard to the fact that an inquiry is a near sell. A sale is a successful conversion of an inquiry. Hence, an inquiry goes before a sale. Don't underestimate an inquiry because it gives birth to the much needed sale when handled professionally. I had an encounter in a certain shop. I wanted to buy 5 items whose price I didn't know. I asked the price for the first time, second time and third time. But no, I got no response to that. Only to be asked to stand aside so that they could serve those customers who actually wanted to buy. And they actually said, "Mera ipa aside, nitengesere vari kuda kutenga." That was the response I got. I went on to ask how I could buy when I didn't know the prices. Disappointed, I left and bought from the next shop. So in as much as we know that there is the customers need what we sell, and in as much as we know that there are indeed some who just come for the sake of price comparison, treat them well, because you will never know all of your customers' intentions. This shop missed the sale due to failure to read what was in my mind. is their prospective customer. The third point that I would want to share with you is don't over-promise. Some say a promise is a credit, therefore you are obliged to pay. Rather under-promise and over-deliver than to over-promise and under-deliver. That will hit directly on your reliability and overall performance. You tell your customer, I'll phone you in 30 minutes and update you. Even if the response is negative, make sure you phone and update them accordingly. They will appreciate your response and take you seriously. So this might even take the form of products that you promise to deliver, a meeting that you have promised to attend, or an appointment. Whatever the case, always be on the ball. Do what you say you will do. Failure to do so should be communicated in time, and not to wait for a customer to ask you again. The fourth point is be visible in the market. Your presence in the market tells a big story in the customer's mind. In marketing, this is what they call physical evidence, and that's one of the P's of marketing. It depends on the industry that you find yourself in, but customers need to know that you exist and that you are actively involved. Besides being, let's say, number 6 Chinamanenji Street, what else are you doing in the market so that customers keep on talking about you? Mind you, customers have many options. How can you sustain your name in their minds? This is a very powerful question. These are quality questions that you need to ask yourself daily. So depending on the type of industry that you find yourself in, try to make use of every opportunity that comes your way to make your organization visible in customers' minds. I have chosen to share every morning transformative entrepreneurship, business, and personal development information that I have gathered in my 20 years business and life experience. That's my strategy, to show customers that, and to show my clients that I do really exist and I'm active in the marketplace. So the other point is delight them at every contact point. This is a very powerful point to note. Always do more than is required of you, says George S. Patton. Customer satisfaction is everyone's attempt these days, because people have now learned that customers need to be satisfied in order for them to come back. That being the case, how are you going to retain your customers? So you need to maximize on every contact moment you have with your customers, be it on the phone, email, or in the shop when they visit you. Be at your best in everything. By this, you are guaranteed of their vote. Did you know that customers vote with their feet and money? Always greet your customers with an unquestionable smile. Show those teeth. Obviously, these should be well brushed teeth. There is a Chinese proverb that says, a man without a smiling face must not open a shop. Politeness is paramount in serving your customers and knowing what they want, and knowing well enough that they are also kings. You also need to go that extra mile, suggesting some other products or services that they might not have intentionally come for. A delighted customer is a well-recruited salesperson for your organization. This is a very powerful point. The founder of J.C. Penney stores, James Cash Penney, once said, cautious treatment will make a customer a walking advertisement, which is a very powerful statement to note. To get extraordinary results, go that extra mile in your customer service. Employ the $1 million customer service, popularized by my dear friend Clemens Mutembo of Harare Business Forum. The other point to note carefully is go beyond communication. The simplest definition of communication is exchanging information through speech, writing, or signs. With customers, it must go beyond mere communication for sustainability. Go beyond communication to connecting with your customers. Your communication with customers should seek to cement lasting relationships in them. Establish a strong connection that lasts. This kind of connection breeds loyalty. Connect at a high level with your customers such that they become part of your business. Such customers are naturally turned into vocal ambassadors for your organization, and I have seen this happening. So, ladies and gentlemen, we definitely need to understand how in entrepreneurship we relate to customers. Thank you so much for this one. Thank you so much. So this is Coach Kuzanai Vere. I want to talk about customers in entrepreneurship, or customers as they relate to entrepreneurship. When I defined the entrepreneurship, there were 4 pillars, the last pillar of which entails making a profit. So making a profit is as a result of your interaction with customers. So customers are key in entrepreneurship. So sustainable entrepreneurship is customer-centric. Whichever way you want to define it, you will zero in on customers. You innovate around customer needs and wants. So business is all about meeting and at most delighting your customers. So there's a quote that I always share with people from Connie Elder that says,